Okay, so hello class. I apologize for um not making this sooner, but as requested, this discussion would talk about how to create a particular table of specification. Okay, so what you see on your screens right now is a table of specification given by Navarro and Santos in 2017. Now, it is composed of basically 5 columns. If you look at the first column, that signifies the levels of your Bloom's revised taxonomy. Because when you are making table of specifications, it is your job as a teacher to identify which of the revised Bloom's taxonomy are actually present in the ToS that you're going to make. Because not every ToS will contain synthesis. Not every table of specification will have creating, not everything will have applying, etc., etc. Okay? For example, kasi sa mathematics na lang per se, we don't always create new formulas sa mathematics. Sometimes, ang pinakamataas doon is evaluation. Sometimes, ang pinakamataas doon is application lang. Okay? Minsan, lalo na pag magagaling na sila, maaaring wala na nga halos knowledge, more on application na lang. Okay? So what you see in the first column here is not exactly required na laging meron lahat ng yan. But since you are starting, it's always better to include all of those. And as you will see in your curriculum guide, since you will be teaching high school students, chances are lahat yan ay present doon. Okay? So that is the first column. Now, the second column talks about the objective. Okay? Ito mga objective na to, ito yung mga ginagawa natin using the SMART framework. Di ba sa assessment kasi, we make objectives using the SMART framework para mas maging maayos yung flow ng ating pagtuturo. In this particular case, okay, they are more objectives that are in the lesson plan. So, not necessarily nasundin mo yung buong SMART model at this juncture, ha? Okay? Ang importante dito sa ToS is mailagay mo yung specific na objectives mo. Yun actually yung weakness ng sample ToS na ito. As you can see, hindi siya specific. That's why I told you in our group chat that, or at least I have indicated, na dapat as much as possible, you have to be more specific when it comes to your objective. Kahit hindi mo muna ilagay dyan yung mga paraan kung paano mo siya i-measure, etc., etc. And then you have the item numbers. When you say item numbers, this is basically the placement of the numbers or the items in your test. So sa test na magagawa mo using ToS, makikita mo na yung items number 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. All of those are items about identifying subject-verb. And they only talk about the knowledge or remembering levels of the cognitive functions of the learners. Alternatively, if you look at number 5 on the 5th row, meron ka number 13, 16, 19, 22, 24. Okay? That is allotted to evaluation. That simply implies na yung items number 13, 16, 19, 22, 24, they are all going to talk about evaluation. Okay? So, next you have the number of items. Now, ito pong number of items ay nakadepende po sa inyong paggawa ng ToS. As I have told in the later parts of the ToS, when you are teaching younger learners, gusto mo na karamihan ng number of items mo ay napupunta doon sa remembering and understanding or sa knowledge and comprehension. Kasi yung dalawang yon yung kinoconsider mong lower order thinking skills. While all the rest from application, from applying hanggang creating, all of those are higher order thinking skills. So, pag younger ang learners mo, again, gusto mo yung majority ng items mo, meaning more than 50% of the percentage of your items ay nandoon sa knowledge and comprehension. Okay? This also implies na yung objective mo, okay, ito pong objective na ito, nakikita nyo, isa lang po yung nakalagay sa bawat area. However, this is not always the case. There can always be the case na meron kang 2, 3, 4 na learning competencies under one level. Okay? So, not strictly na meron kang iisa at iisang level lamang ng objective dito sa second column. Pwede ka magkaroon ng dalawang learning competency under comprehension. Pwede ka magkaroon ng tatlong learning competency under comprehension. Ang medyo mahirap dito ay ang tamang classification ng objective. Paano mo ba masasabi na ang forming appropriate verb forms ay talagang sa comprehension? Okay? That would require you to really understand ano kaya yung mga cognitive processes na involve sa pag-achieve ng learning competency na ito. Baka kasi yung objective, yung learning competency na pang synthesis, ay, nailagay ko sa comprehension. Mali na yun. Mahihirapan na agad yung bata. Okay? So again, yung number of items po, majority po niyan, pag nakafocus ka sa LATs, pag mga younger learners, dapat itong number of items sa taas ay mas mataas yung total niya. Okay? Otherwise, pag mga older learners, nakafocus na sila sa higher order thinking skills. Meaning na yung sum, pag pinag-plus mo from application hanggang synthesis, dapat mas mataas yung percentage ng apat na ito kaysa sa dalawang nasa taas. Okay? As you can see here in this particular table of specifications, okay? Pag pinag-plus mo itong apat na levels sa baba, okay, mas mataas yan kaysa sa dalawang levels sa taas. Okay? Again, pag pinag-plus mo itong nasa baba, mas mataas siya kaysa sa percentage na nasa taas. Simply because chances are mga older learners na yung tinuturuan mo using this ToS. Pero again, pag younger learners, dapat itong dalawang ito, yung knowledge and comprehension, they should represent more than 50% of your percentage pag pinag-plus mo na silang dalawa. Now, I'm assuming of course na alam nyo na on how to solve the percentage. Pero kung hindi pa, ganito lang po iyan. Kunin nyo yung number of items and then i-divide nyo sa total number of items. Okay? So in this case, 5 divided by 35 is equal to 14.29%. Okay? Kasi po pag nilagay nyo sa calc yan, 5 divided by 35, ang lalabas po ay 0.1429. Pero decimal po kasi yon. Remember na pag nagpa-percent tayo, i-multiply natin siya by 100 para makuha yung percentage. Kaya po 14.29% iyan. Pag hindi nyo na po maalala, I highly recommend na i-review ninyo ang inyong mathematics in the modern world or ang inyong basic mathematics. Okay? So, ganun po yung paggawa ng very simple table of specifications. Now, moving on to a more advanced one, okay? Ito naman po ay given po sa isang sample ToS ng DepEd. Okay? As you can see here, sa skills, nagkaiba na yung kanyang positioning, but the main idea still remains the same. Andyan pa rin yung competencies mo. Okay? Andyan pa rin yung iyong levels. Andyan pa rin yung iyong item placement. And andyan yung panibago. Ay, andito pala yung percentage. Okay, ganun pala yung percentage, ha? A number of days taught and number of items or points. Now, minsan kasi meron tayong mga learning competency na mas matagal tinuturo compared sa iba. Okay? Ito pong ToS na ito ay ginawa para sa second quarter test, meaning isang buong chapter yung kanyang coverage. Okay? Kaya as you can see, mas maraming items yan. Tingnan nyo, total number ay 50 items sa bandang baba. Okay? 32 days sa tinuro sa isang buong buwan na itinuro. Okay? As you can see here, the number of items is 50. Obviously, the number of items is 50 then. Now, where do you go here? Now, knowledge, comprehension, analysis, and application, andyan pa rin yung HOTS and LOTS. Now, ang mathematics kasi, again, usually nakafocus ka sa application and analysis. Okay? Minsan, evaluation pag medyo advanced na or creation. However, sa mga high school mathematics, more on tayo sa application ng formula. Sa inyo, of course, sa ibang subjects, sa English per se, kayang-kaya nyo mag-include ng creating dito. Kayang-kaya nyo mag-include ng evaluating dito. Okay? What you need to understand here is itong balance ng number of days taught. Kasi as you can see here, ito, compound number 10, computes interest, etc., etc. Okay? Number of days taught is 3. Ibig sabihin, mas malaki yung percentage niya, as you can see, 9%, compared sa learning competency na 2 araw mo lang tinuro, which is basically only 7%. Okay? So, yun po yung idea kung bakit mo nilalagay yung number of days taught. Para alam mo kung saan mapupunta yung majority of the items or yung a good percentage of items. Kailangan namang isang araw mo lang tinuro pero 50% ng test items andun sa kanya. Siyempre hindi. Kung gaano mo katagal itinuro, proportional din yung percentage or number of items na ibibigay mo sa kanya. Okay? Ang tinitignan naman dito, as you can see, yung item placement naman, tinitignan yung arrangement niya base sa competency. Kasi when you are placing items, you have two options. One option is the one you can see here sa item numbers. Magkakalapit yung mga knowledge, comprehension, application, and analysis. That's one way. Increasing difficulty yan. Okay? Ang gusto mong i-attain dito pag ganitong placement ang ginamit mo ay madali sa simula, papahirap ng papahirap. Okay? Ang pangalawang option mo is to place the items base sa competency para hindi magja-jump-jump yung isip ng bata. Itong part na ito nakafocus sa logarithmic functions. Yung susunod na part nakafocus na sa interest. Hindi na, logarithmic number 1, tapos interest number 2, tapos logarithmic ulit number 3. Pabalik-balik. Okay? So, that's also the reason kung bakit mo gustong pagsama-samahin, paglapit-lapitin yung pare-parehong competencies. Okay? So that really depends on what you want to achieve. Gusto mo ba na unti-unting papahirap yung items mo o yung test mo? Or gusto mo ba na yung sa unang part nakafocus lang sa isang competency, sa susunod na part nakafocus lang sa iisang competency? Ang mga quizzes po natin na naranasan nyo na, ang ginagamit kong scheming ng items ay nakabase sa competency. Yung first part per section nakafocus lang sa targets. Yung second part nakafocus lang sa sound design. Because I want you to focus on that particular subject sa particular time na iyon. Okay? Again, two choices po dyan sa item placement. Okay? So, once you have decided the item placement, of course, pagpaplasin mo na po yung mga iyan. Okay? So, what do you need to consider here? Ang gusto niyo i-consider dito would be the number of items na kailangan yung gawin. Basically, ito lang, yung item na ito. If you want to create a ToS, or ang ToS mo ay 30 items, dapat ang gagawin mo daw items ay 60 items. Why? Because you want to make a test bank. Because you want to have a contingency plan when your items can be too hard or too easy. Okay? But nonetheless, focus lang naman tayo sa creation ng ToS this time around. Okay? So, again, ang mga skills na kailangan nyo dito would be, of course, saan nyo ba ilulugar yung isang competency or ano ba yung mga cover ng isang competency. Okay? Dito kasi sa una, as you can see, yung isang competency ay nasa isang level lamang. Okay? Usually, ganun talaga iyon. Okay? Mas madali kasing intindihin na, itong competency na ito, ang identifying subject verb ay nasa knowledge lang. Sometimes, a competency can cover 2 or more levels. Sometimes. Okay, as you can see here, tingnan nyo dito. Yung competency number, wala pala. Wala nag-overlap dito. Okay, so let me retract that statement. Ang competency again, ang isang competency, halimbawa ito, number 1, represent real-life situations using logarithmic functions, nakalagay lamang siya sa knowledge. Yung competency number 4, solving logarithmic functions, lahat ng items niya, okay, yung 5 items niya ay nakalagay lamang sa application. Okay, so I stand corrected on that one. Ang isa at isang competency, naglalay lamang sa isang level ng revised Bloom's taxonomy. Okay, so I hope this recording helped, and I need you to really brainstorm saan ba ilalagay ang isang competency, saang skill ba siya, ipupunta, gaano katagal kaya siya matututunan compared sa iba pang levels ng competency. Okay? So that is all. Again, I hope this recording helps, and yeah, please just message me anytime if you have further questions. Okay, that's all. Bye, class.